Hello everyone, welcome back to Cross Blitz. So I messed up the last few minutes of my recording for last episode. Fortunately, it was just the last battle, so not that much was lost. Unfortunately, that big combo that I finally managed to pull off at the end of that battle did not make it into the video. So let's hope that we can see it in action soon. So we fought the dinosaur, and now we are fighting the Pluckbot. Again, both the dinosaur and the Pluckbot already appeared on the previous map, so this is a rematch. Our goal is to destroy 2 enemy traps. We are able to do that with our silences, silence all minions and traps. Play 2 pyro spells. We can do that with our relic, and play 2 minions with hothead. We can do that if we draw one of our bullet fists. Other than that, I don't think we unlocked any new cards for our current archetype. So let's begin right away. Alright, so I have my sous chef, I have the harmony. I think I'll keep the coral cook just to have another chef in hand. And I don't think I'll need the Cyclone Blast immediately. Nice, and we do our Bullet Fist. So, as per usual, I will go for 2 Blaze Fists. Blackbot will draw a trap. Let's play our sous chef before she can get cluckied. Alright, so could be any number of traps. I wanna try to get my candles pretty soon, because I don't want to play my cooks while a potential Bog Beam could be on the board. Instead, I want to bait them out with Kazans. Now we have 2 traps on the board, so I think it's worth it to play the harmony. Because that immediately fulfills this mission, as long as we won't get counterspelled. Which I guess I don't need both Blaze Fists, so let's see. No counterspell, so we can kill both traps. We have 1 mana left. We can play a cook. Now we have 2 ingredients to play with. Although against Pluckbot I will not expect to get to our ultimate, just because there are too many things that can prevent us from playing our combo pieces. Right now you do have enough space in hand for 3 candles if we play Kaze Split, so I will do that. Maybe I should have tested it for counterspell, but never punished. So instead I could play it on the lane with the Chime Bot, however the Chime Bot generates a trap whenever it is hit. So instead I want to occupy any other lane, because he won't attack me, so if I leave it alone, Plugbot doesn't get any benefit from it. And yeah, we baited the Bog Beam. I do have to be a little bit careful with the Bog Beams, because I still have to play 2 minions with Hothead, so I can actually only use one Kendo of Spade, and I have to play the other ones for you. And I'll just do that right now. And we have grain and fish. Okay, so let me pull up my little recipe book. If I play fish and then grain, I get a print. I do want to get that because I think that's the oh, actually no, that's the wrong one. It just puts a card in our deck. I thought it was the one that gets one out of our deck. Yeah, so in that case I wanna find out what happens if we play those cards in the other order. So grain first, then fish. Octoramen. Redeem a copy of a spell in your deck and heal your hero equal to its cost. Ooh, that is actually pretty nice. Because it allows us to get our spells, which we are dependent on. We need our silence for the big combo, and later on, once we get better board clearing spells, we want to have access to these as well. So let me play the Zealous Cook, start generating more ingredients. Golemancer does quite a bit of damage. Fortunately, we survive. I kind of want the spell redeeming card over, but I still have one in hand. So let's see what we can do with spices. We don't have a lot of spice recipes as of yet. Play Noctoramen. Get a silence. Play Chef. And we get another spice set. Unfortunate. 2 cards in hand. Would be a little annoying if he has another Golem Lancer. Because then we might lose our Zealous Cook. But I will ignore that for now. We can play our Coral Cook. I still want to keep him in hand because if we want to get to our ultimate, we need to cook 2 more dishes, and we have 2 cooks in hand. And we don't really need the barrier effect, because we'll try to cook our dishes immediately. Okay. Freeze. So that trap just took care of itself. We got walk beamed. Okay. So no extra ingredient for us. He has another bog beam. He can kill our zealous cook again. Let's just hope he doesn't though. How about that? He's slowly running out of cards. Although one of those cards was indeed a bog beam. So let me play a Kaiju split. Let me bait the potential bog beam. It's not a bog beam, it's not a counterspell, so it's recoil rocket, the freezing trap that isn't listed here as of yet, or gizmo provisions. Okay, it is the freezing trap, which does not affect us at all. Right, let's just play another Kendo. Bring the way for sous chef, because right now it seems like we're going with the good old death by 1,000 cut strategy, since we didn't get to generate enough ingredients for our ultimate. So in that case, right now we are doing 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. So let me just put down everything I have, and then if he places anything, we have 3 Cyclone Blasts that can take care of it. Although we will only be able to no, we'll have 10 mana, so the first one will cost 3, and the other ones will cost 4. So yeah, we can play 2 Cyclone Blasts. Okay. Didn't do anything. So that is lethal for us. Not a lot of overkill, unfortunately, but also not the best matchup for us. We unlocked another Frost card, Frostburn, freeze all enemy minions, and if it's already frozen, deal 2 frost damage to it instead. So, kind of like the Frost Fist that was in our starting deck, but as an AoE. Pretty cool if you have 2 of those in hand somehow. That's 4 damage or 6 damage if you have the relic that buffs frost spells. Also, there is a relic that deals damage to any minion that's frozen, so that synergizes nicely with this as well. But it's not what we are doing right now. We do want the board clear, but something that's not as dependent on synergies with other frost spells. There is actually one spell I have in mind that I know from the roguelike mode. I hope it's in this too. I mean, it must be. I'll point it out when we get to it. So... let me proceed to what seems to be the final battle. Use any blitz burst, trigger 3 focus effects, play 2 minions with Hothead, defeat the enemy with no relics equipped. Okay, I think a lot of bosses have that mission. I won't go for it right now. Although, I mean, is there really a relic that I desperately need? Not really, nothing that helps me with my cooking deck, so... sure. Let's unequip all relics. So we can play Hothead minions if we draw Bullet Fist. We can trigger Focus if we draw both Bullet Fists, because one candle will trigger the other two that are spawned from Bullet Fist. We do want to use our Blitz Burst anyway, so I don't think we need to change anything for now. Maybe we'll have to adapt to the deck somehow, but first let's see what's in store for us. I believe the trail stops here. So, where's our thief? Come on out, squirt. We know you're here. Show yourself and fight like a warrior. He certainly knows we're here now. Lily's voice echoes across the mountain pass, reverberating from cliff to cliff. As it finally fades into a distant murmur, a streak of yellow darts into the sky and looks directly before them. Oh, sorry, lands directly before them. A small spherical golem follows closely behind, his acrobatics comparatively lacking. Cool. Amazing. Such impressive agility. Can't believe you two are still following me. Gotta admit, you're persistent. So the thief reveals himself at last. What happened? Can't take the cold? Tch, no way. I just got sick of being tailed. Figured it was about time to end this cat and mouse chase once and for all. Boo. Master Quill, my sensors detect these two individuals possess substantial combat ability. Please proceed with caution. Heh, your RoboPet knows what's up. We are the toughest around. Really? Could fool me. Quill, yes, we must insist you return that map to us. That ain't happening. Finders keepers. But you didn't find it. You stole it. There a difference? Besides, I need it. Got my reasons. So either back off or things are gonna get ugly. This guy's asking for it, Seto, so let's give it to him. I was hoping to avoid violence, but it seems you have forced our hand. Without the map, we are not only likely to never reach Frostfall Shrine, but our lives are at risk in this weather. Little folk thief, prepare to be delivered to due justice. Bring it, thin face. Battle commence. Alright, 30 HP, that's more than we have. 2 Sous Chefs, I like that. Cyclone Blast, don't need that right now. Delicacy Dealer, it is an 8, but I do expect the fight to go on for quite some time. So having Delicacy Dealer is a nice way to ensure that by turn 9 we are guaranteed to trigger our ultimate. Or if we can do it before that, we might even be able to do it twice. So let's keep that as our win condition of sorts. Roll Bullet Fist number 1, that's nice. So let's see what Quill is doing. So that he already put some kind of trap in our deck. These Brigade traps. Let's see. Sly Gloves. The first card you play from another faction costs 2 less. Stupidly broken relic. Not in this mode, in the story mode, but in the roguelike mode. Because it's very easy to get cards from other factions in the roguelike mode. So Sly Gloves is basically just a +2 mana every turn. But here you only get cards from your own faction. You can see I have a bunch of blue cards and some grey cards. Grey cards are neutral cards. And Quill has a bunch of yellow cards. And you basically only get cards from one color. It's still pretty good though, because yellow decks have a lot of cards that generate other cards. And so those will be cheaper. Brigade Flag, game start, add 2 Brigade Traps to your opponent's deck. So that's a thing that happened at the very beginning. Brigade Traps are cards that we can draw, and if we do, it'll spawn something for our opponent and generate some card in their hand as well. We will redraw another card once that happens, so it doesn't take away our draw. Still kind of annoying though if it happens. Then the Cheater's Badge, start of game, add 3 random cards that cost 5 or less from other factions, and they cost 2 less. So that's how he got those. That Buccaneer and Spicy Broth Master that don't fit the deck color, and the Frost Fist as well. So a couple of extra cards that are gonna be cheaper, and they're gonna be even cheaper. But the cards he does have aren't too scary at all. Buccaneer is just a 1/1. Frost Fist, we know that spell. Just freeze a minion. The only thing I am concerned about is that Spicy Broth Master. I don't know what that is. And then he also has a Heavy Sword. Give minions in your starting hand +1 power. So you'll need to weather the storm a little bit if he places a bunch of, down a bunch of strong minions. But first, let's begin our turn. Start cooking. We got some spice. In terms of spice recipes, we know that fish and spice is a pretty good combo because it can get one of the minions in our deck. So let's hope that next turn, once we play the other sous chef, we get some fish. No reason to play that right now. We can keep the coin. Okay, that is the Freeze Fist. Absolutely wasted. Some more brigades. I see that he redeemed some dragon body. I guess we'll see what that is later. We drew our legendary, that's pretty nice. So now we can, if we do get the fish, we can get the meal that pulls minions from our deck, and we can keep pulling cooks, place them down, keep generating that tutor, and it won't disappear because of the legendary minion. We get to our 3 dishes very, very quickly. So, 1 and 3. Ah, that is sad. So what can we do instead with Spice and Crane? Spice and Crane. Okay, we can make a minion heal if we play the Crane first. Let's find out what happens if we play Spice first. But we'll do it next turn, just so he can't kill it this turn. No reason to play it now. It costs 0. We have enough hand space. There is a Puff Snout. Flying tough combat start. Trigger the plate effects of minions next to this. Oh, that's a pretty cool minion. And it's also pretty scary to see on turn 3. So yeah, the Sly Gloves, they do that. And it's also a pretty fortunate pull for Quill to get that. Can't really do much about that. I can play a Cyclone Blast. For now, I think I'll just keep taking the 2 damage. I mean, I don't really have a choice, it's flying, so... but I keep that lane open so my minions won't suicide themselves into the Puff Snout. So... Spice Set and Grain. What's the order? You haven't tried that? Okay. Play the Spice. Play the Grain. I'm gonna put that down in the open lane. Because if we play it here and where we already have a Sous Chef and Quill plays something on the 2 minions on the left lane, then what might happen is that Sous Chef dies when it attacks the first minion, and our legendary minion dies when it attacks the second minion. And that way, if there is a if there are 2 minions here, and our cook can survive at least the front minion, then we can block the back row minion with one of our own. And because that minion will still have summoning sickness, it won't attack and die immediately. So, enough talk. We got Wing Roast Noodles. Deal 3 pyro damage to a minion and lifesteal. Ooh, that's nice. So that means we can keep up with the damage the Puff Snout is gonna deal, and if we freeze it, we can actually take it out as well. So first, let me write that down. So Spice plus Grain makes 3 damage lifesteal. So that means we are missing 1 recipe. Then we've seen every single meal. Press and turn. Redeeming another card. Oh, ooh, that is very bad. Leviathan. So the card he pulled, we can't see it, but I know what it is. It's a 1/1 dragon that costs 8 mana, so... Or maybe it costs 10, and we are already shown the discard. But yeah, if he does manage to play it, then it'll eat one of the cards on the board, one of our cards. It will eat one of the cards in the deck, and one of the cards in our hand. We have 2 very strong cards in our hand. We have not that many strong cards in our deck, but we might get a very strong card on the board if we get our ultimate. So depending on how early we'll get it, I might actually want to refrain from using it until I see Quill play the Leviathan. And well, I guess I'll just keep cooking. I think I'm fine with letting the Brigade Cadet leave, so nothing stronger is placed in front of the Puff Snout. We get a Grain Cache and another Wing Roast. Can't place the grain into the Sizzling Skillet, we can only place different ingredients. I can play Bullet Fists. They won't do any damage to the Puff Snout because the Puff Snout has stuff, so he takes 1 less damage, and Bullet Fist deals those 4 pirate damage in separate instances, but I expect one of them to hit the Brigade Cadet, which, again, I don't really care about, but I want to make progress towards my Kaze split. Pickpocket. So he stole a sous chef. Not very concerned about that. He doesn't have any cooking synergies. That's the downside of the stealing archetype. Sometimes you just get the synergy pieces without other synergy pieces that belong to it. So let's kill that little fox, heal ourselves, then get another cook on the board. If we upgrade that to a 3-ingredient meal, we'll have spice grain fish. Spice grain fish is a column clear. That might be useful, depending on what happens. We also have a grain in hand, so we can cook a 2nd meal next turn. So maybe I'll just keep making more 3 damage lifesteals. I could also tutor a spell. Actually, I might want to do that. Get some fish and then pull our harmony faster to silence the minions, especially the Puff Snout. And I also want to have it prepared for the Leviathan. So yeah, Next time, I'm gonna get a fish. Seafood spread. Doesn't really do anything. I mean, it blocks a minion, but right now, don't really have any minions that are attacking for a lot of damage anyway. So, get some fish. We drew a cook as well. That is awesome. So now the right order is grain, then fish. So let's grain in front of the seafood spread because it doesn't attack. Get some fish. And let's... I'll probably attack the pickpocket. So no need to jump block. 15 meals. If we do get a good draw order, we can cook those 3 spells pretty quickly, actually. Right, that's meal number 2. And this is gonna be it. This will be the clip. So we play Octoramen. We get a harmony. We also trigger our ultimate. We play our ultimate. We can play the harmony, but we'll do that next turn. Because the Jomancha is gonna have summoning sickness. And I might wanna get some more dishes. So wait for the big epic moment. And sure, let's get another seafood spread. Now we silence, and you see that we have removed inanimate from Jomancha. So now we just have an 18/18 on the board. The only thing that's standing in the way of this Jomancha is this Puff Snout, which we will freeze and roast. And boom, boom, bam, whack, dead. So glad that finally happened. Very satisfying to do. We didn't get our missions, but we got the most difficult one, so awesome, awesome. So let's see what we can get for our level up. Nothing more in the cooking tree. No HP we can get. Out of these, I prefer Firestorm Fury. Just because we might use it as a board clear. Or if we get another Play Pyro spell mission. We also unlocked Lucia Shiverspine. Combat starts, summon a Shiverborn Slime in front of this. I really like this card. It summons a card that blocks, and then the thing that blocks summons another card that can block again, so you can just stuff a lane. She also has guard, so in every other lane you'll take less damage. You can stall for a very long time. It's also very fun with the devouring archetype, where you have your front minion eaten, because you just keep eating the Shiverborn slime. Fun stuff, but not what we're doing. And Mana Knight, after you cast a spell, gain +1/+1. Not a big fan of that one. I said in the first or second episode that I don't like most of the scaling cards, just because every card dies too quickly. So most of the time you can't expect a card to stay around for more than 2 turns. And so that's just not enough time to scale that up. But yeah, let's continue. Damn it. You fought admirably. Oh, sorry. Wrong guy. You fought admirably, but it seems you're outmatched. He's tougher than I would have guessed, especially for someone so small. Small? Say that again, Mob Top. Well, I infer from her comment, Master Quill, that she is making a snide remark regarding your modest physical size, and its considerable contrast to your fierce combat ability. No one asked you. Let's grab our map and go. These two can find their own way back to town. But wait, you can't just leave us out here. You gotta listen to me. There's a real important reason why I swiped your map. Honest. A friend of mine, she's in danger. I got a lead on the guy who's trying to do her in. Probably the same guy who stole that lady's Shiver Spice cash the other day. How do you know that? I call it a hunch. Trust me, wherever this guy goes, trouble follows. I was keeping a close eye on you two back in town. You're all about fighting for justice, right? Well, the biggest bad guy of all is sitting at the top of this mountain. And I'm the only one trying to stop him. He's lying. Anything to get out of trouble, I'd guess. Beep. Incorrect, Miss Mob Top. Master Quill is telling the truth and nothing but the truth. My programming makes lying an impossibility to Master Quill's endless frustration in 98.7% of situations. This is certainly an unexpected turn of events. Come on, pal. Tell, you're a stand-up guy, so why don't we work together? We'll share the map and make our way to Frostfall Shrine together. What do you say? Sido, you aren't seriously buying this, are you? I'm begging you. If not for me, then do it for my friend. I don't know what I'd do if something happened to her. Alright, we'll work together. Thing is, I must fall back on the core of my teachings. Master Risha made it clear that helping those in need is what we monks of the Seaside Order are sworn to do. And I feel it in both my heart and soul that your mission is sincere. Thanks a million, pal. Yeah, won't regret this, I promise. Keep making the same mistake and you'll be sorry, Sedo. This is different. I see little harm in giving him the chance to prove himself, especially under our supervision. Besides, he helped us back in town. Have you already forgotten? Fine, I go along with this for now, but I've got my eyes on you, thief. Keep 'em wide open. I'll show you I ain't lying. I suppose we should probably introduce ourselves if we're to be traveling together. My name is Sedo, and this is my companion, Milmi. Good to meet you. I'm Quill, and my little golden buddy is Gizmo. Beep boop. Greetings, new friends. I am looking forward to working alongside you all. It's a pleasure. Now then, shall we make our way to Frostfall Shrine? Better keep up. Don't want you falling behind with those little legs of yours. What did you say? Gotta say, I'm actually enjoying the dialogue right now. Fun little guy, this Crow. And that is the end of the chapter. Now let's see how we're doing in terms of time. Okay, so I don't think I wanna start a new chapter right now, but I'd say we have 15 more minutes left, so let's say we mop up our remaining missions. And I know that we still have to fight a Lobster Man, because one of the missions is to trigger our ultimate. Now, let's see. I think that the cooking deck is the easiest ultimate to do. Let's look at the level grid. So we have kill 8 friendly minions during your turn before combat. That's mostly done with hothead minions. We can actually do that with the hothead relic. So maybe we'll go Crimson Surge. Flash Freeze, freeze 8 minions. Might be doable with the AoE freeze spell, but I think that the lobster guy doesn't play enough minions to get to that number. So I'll try with our main deck first, and if that doesn't work out, I will build a deck based on getting that that ultimate as fast as possible. And something my game is not responding for some reason, or right. For some reason I tried to click the notes and it didn't go there, so I guess we were still in the deck viewing menu. Yeah, let's see if we can summon our Kaiju a second time. Use any Blitz Burst during battle. And of course we can equip relics again. So we get our Finn Lockley, our thrust damage increase, our... Well, do I really want the Rumble Ring? I've mostly been keeping it to get our Pyro spells. We do have chopsticks, but the problem I find with chopsticks, we have one minion that can actually trigger them right now, the Coral Cook. So this says after you play an ingredient, give this and the ingredient barrier. So what this wants you to do is play the Coral Cook and then play an ingredient to get the barrier, and then if that barrier is destroyed, he gets buffed. The issue is that our Coral Cook doesn't generate any ingredients, so usually I want to play him after I place down an ingredient. Play the ingredient, play the cook, redeem the meal. So this barrier effect kind of doesn't really see a lot of use. I'm basically just keeping him as a cooking bot because the sous chefs aren't really enough. So that's kind of why I don't like the chopsticks. Maybe we'll get some better minions later. We can... Well, we don't need the training G. I don't really like the sugar swirl because it clutters our hand. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the fists. Maybe we don't redeem freeze fists instead, because Lobsterman tends to summon very big guys towards the end. He's kind of playing a mid-range deck that scales his cards over time. So Sous Chef, good. Cyclone Basts, don't really need them right now. Harmony, good to have. We'll get one Freeze Fist, and I'll still get one Blaze Fist. Maybe get a kill early on. And I'll just play the Sous Chef, get some spice. Very nice, very nice. Spice, we wanna see fish ideally. Don't have any generating cards. So I'm just gonna play the Blaze Fist here. It's gonna outlive its usefulness very soon, especially with all the extra stats that guy's gonna get. Right, now we can play the Zealous Cook. Gonna place it here, where he's kind of protected by that fire tile a little bit. So we have spice. That means we want fish to get our tutor spell or tutor meal. And we need to play fish first and spice second. So fish first, spice second. Gonna play the Coral Cook, kill the opposing Zealous Cook within the next 2 turns, so he only gets 1 ingredient. We can get a Sous Chef, not much of a choice. And nothing else to do. So, another ingredient. I want to keep making those tutoring cards. So, let me get an ingredient. We pulled spice twice. So, we'll have to wait 1 more turn. I will actually use the Cyclone Blast, kill the Sizzling Skillet before he gets the meal, and kill everything else as well. I forgot that we had our Frost Charm back, so now we're dealing 6 damage with that thing. Next turn we get some fish. he is about to pop his ultimate, which, if he does, we don't want our Jaw Muncher on the board, because he will eat the Jaw Muncher and then have a bunch of 18/18s on the board. So let's get fish, then spice. Yeah. So fish and spice. I mean, I guess it did work out with the barrier. Now we want to play Itamai to keep the Sizzling Skillet. Although, do I have to do that? I don't care if his minions get more HP from his ultimate, because they get fleeting, so they'll die. Just die, so yeah. But then I don't want to waste him, maybe. I'd say that the Zealous Cook is more important than Itamai, just to keep making ingredients. And we can get another sous chef. Hopefully survive next turn. You'll get 1, 2, so 6, 8 attack from my minions. That could get ugly. Although you won't get to activate the ultimate because the ultimate triggers during the combat phase. If I remember correctly, we had a second set of spice, so I'll keep taking the fish. And we can target our own minions. Well, maybe that's a little too complicated. Maybe I just target his minions. He has a lot of cards in hand, so he can play something and then buff them. Well, I will definitely cook the meal. Just to have my ultimate going. Actually, does he die if I kill his minions? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage on the board. He almost does. Well, actually, I don't need to win the battle. I just need to use a Blitz Burst if I want to fulfill the mission. So, actually, yeah, let's just go for it. Play this Cyclone Blast. And silence everything. And now we'll get to see a big funny happen. Yep. He eats everything, and look at that. 4 30 damage, 30 health cards. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? Fortunately, I have one of those. Yeah. Ever saw a spell do something in the vein of 120 damage? Yeah, me neither. Okay, so let's start rebuilding our board, shall we? I wanna do a good old fish, good old spice. Let's get to cooking. Try, maybe we'll get a second Jomancha, who knows? I mean, I can just keep redeeming those sous chefs. Oh, we have another spice. Maybe some fish? Bingo. Now all we need is another cook. Maybe I should have kept the sous chef because I'm gonna get the delicacy dealer next turn. Let's get some grain. Yeah. Actually, we're done. Yeah. So, we even won the battle. I think that's gonna be it for this episode. I think I will do the other missions off screen. I'm just missing the ones for the final chapter 1 fight, but that's not gonna be that interesting. I mean, we can go over them again, but I think it was just trigger some focus minions. So I'll just build a deck and stuff it with as many kendos as I can. And then that'll take care of that. And then next turn we can jump into chapter 2. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with the cooking deck. That big Jomancha combo, really nice. So yeah, play 2 minions without that, trigger 3 focus effects. Gonna build a special deck for that, quickly mock that up, and we'll see each other next episode. Bye.